we have some Batwahmen updates, and they're kind of hilarious. I say that every time, but I didn't have any intro because I forgot about this article. I didn't have anything ready to go. Maybe I'll edit in something better later. Oh, if you guys do like my content, please like, subscribe, share. Sharing really, really helps. I also incorporated a subscribe star. I have a page. You know what? We'll just show you guys. If I had just everybody on my YouTube channel pledge $1 to my Patreon, where's my display capture? We have subscribe star, which is Mecha Random 42. We have Patreon, which is still under Random Game User 42, but you should be able to find that. We also have Twitch, which is Mecha Random 42 over on Twitch. That's probably most likely where I'll be if they ever ban me from YouTube. And the big one that I really don't like, and you know I don't like it, please don't make me use that. Please keep me away from having to use the BitChute. I can't get it to work. I'll be on Twitch. I'll be on Twitch, most likely. That's the biggie. That's the one I actually really, really enjoy using. If they get rid of us here. But you know what? Avoid that and sign up for my Patreon and my subscribe star. And do this to all the channels you love. Everybody deserves your support, if you can, if you're able to. Even just subscribing and liking. Because my content is free, available for your viewing pleasure on YouTube. Javicia Leslie discussing portraying DC's first black lesbian Batwoman. Oh, okay. So we get a new Batwoman every season. What's next month's going to be, or next season's?
What's wrong with this sentence? The awkward comma placement implies that she's portraying more than one character, a black and a lesbian. The reader gets the impression that she is playing a black Batwoman and a lesbian Batwoman, two different Batwomen. The comma should be dropped here. And then the sentence becomes, rather than playing a black Batwoman and a lesbian Batwoman, she's playing a black lesbian Batwoman. See how that works? Much easier. And it makes more sense. CBR, proofread your shit.
The first black lesbian Batwoman. Next time it'll be a Puerto Rican, Inuit, albino crossover, right? Right? Transgender. They have to be transgender next season. They have to be, and then after that, who knows what's going to be trendy the next time. So, now that we know not to get too attached to Batwomen. Oh, seriously. All right, that's why we don't like focusing just on the superficial, because you're reducing the character to just her ethnicity, to just the color of her skin. And it's bad enough it's the whammon version of a male character we already have. We're only watching this because you got people like me who are like, I didn't know there was another character other than Batgirl.
Giggity.
That's the one I grew up with. Batwoman star Javicia Leslie discussed how she felt about portraying DC's first ever black lesbian Batwoman on screen in a recent interview. Batwoman star Javicia Leslie recently shared what it meant to her to portray DC's first black lesbian Batwoman. Oh, you're saying I would get off Twitch if I were you. It's getting worse with the whole... Well, here's the thing. You want to keep me off of Twitch? I have the Patreon. I have Subscribe Star. I have ways for you guys to help out the channel so I don't have to go all the places you guys are telling me I shouldn't go to or I would stay away from if I were you. Hey, help me out here. That would be amazing. I would really, really appreciate it. Now back to the article. Peter Dinklage in blackface will be the next Batwoman. That's next year's. I actually got to beat the person who wrote that joke originally, so yay. Leslie's character, Ryan Wilder, will be DC's first time casting a black woman as a lead superhero. That's so odd to say. The first time casting a black woman as a lead superhero on a television series, and the second time writing her as an out lesbian. All right? Well, because no, the character isn't out. She was still kind of closeted and married to a man. But I'm just thinking of Batwoman's, ex-girlfriend, the one who was like the head of the, the super secret police force or whatever. I always just remind myself that my purpose isn't for me. My purpose is to empower other people, Leslie said in an interview with the Associated Press when asked about her historic role. Batwoman's Javicia Leslie says she hasn't spoken with Ruby Rose. Oh, that's a related article. I did not mean to read that one, but sometimes they give you that and I don't pay attention. I just read. When asked about the importance of Ryan Wilder being a lesbian on the CW show, she added, "It's important to have representation in general. Fans of DC represent everyone. Whether it's about race, whether it's about LGBTQ, I think what I love so much about my show is that every character is really a great representation of everything." Until you start focusing on seeing yourself represented on screen, and then all of a sudden, no longer your viewing audience no longer looks like the person on screen. See, I think I ended up talking about Batwomen so much because of the hair. I think that's part of it, and it is not about representing you as a viewer. It's about telling your viewers how they're supposed to be based on their stereotype. Because that's how we're still writing these characters. We are focusing so much on the superficial outer layer that we're not focusing on the people that you're trying to represent. You're not focusing on anything of a personality. You know, you're basically writing these shows to have these characters come out on stage or on screen and state what their labels are. They're a black lesbian who identifies as transgender when the moon is full. They are a non-binary, whatever, who doesn't feel comfortable with any pronoun and wants to be referred to as this and this and this. So you really don't even have characters anymore. You just have labels, and you think that's good enough. You really think that's good enough. Because here's the thing that they always forget. They always like to tell me, "Oh, you've always had representation." No, I haven't. The people on screen were specifically not me for a reason. They were characters that I was supposed to identify traits in. And it did not matter what they looked like. And it didn't matter if I was watching, a movie with Eddie Murphy in it, or it didn't matter if I was watching a movie with Carrie Fisher in it. It did not matter what the people looked like. They were hired to do a job and to play a character. And it's up to the viewing audience and that's how you make something good, is it transcends culture and race and gender. People will identify with traits of characters they either want to aspire to be or they see themselves in. And just focusing so much on the blanket superficial areas is really, really regressive. You're really, really removing the humanity. You're removing what is similar and what brings us together and what binds us together. And you're only focusing on the little categories and separations. It's a separatism to funnel people off based on, they have pronouns in their bio, therefore they vote for this political affiliation, and they like these things, so we can market this stuff to them in their cell phones. So how else are they going to know how to market things to you based on the algorithm if they don't just categorize everybody into labels? And what's so dangerous about this is that a lot of people are not aware that that's what's happening. And they're not aware that they're shuffling anybody who thinks like a reasonable human into this other category. And pretty soon, you have 50% of the population in the other category as, you're just them. You're just the bad guys. You're just the ists and the phobes. And you're on that team. Wait a minute, I'm not on that team. This says you are, so therefore you have to be. I mean, all right. I don't just generalize and stereotype everybody who look a certain way as thinking a certain way, but I'm glad to know you do and know to avoid you like the plague. And now you're labeling them as the enemy, which is really, really divisive. And this is why they shouldn't do this shit. Here's the synopsis. We'll recap it if I can actually read this. As friends and family hold on to hope that Kate may still be found. So Kate's gone. She's buggered off somewhere. A homeless 25-year-old named Ryan Wilder stumbles upon Kate's bat suit. So you're stereotyping now, since the color of their skin's important. So you're stereotyping her as being a homeless person now? Is that it? Because see, this is related. And I'm going to get into this a little bit in the Doctor Who video and article that we talk about in a minute here. That when they focus so much on that, you get the opposite side of the spectrum, where you get people who, because they're inserting so many, I'm going to do a video on this separately, because they want to show so much representation and so much diversity, that they forget that sometimes these characters are the bad guys, and now they get offended because the bad guys, or, the Doctor Who, the victims over there, happen to be of color. I mean, you want to incorporate more people of color. So you can't treat them like a normal character and kill them off without having people upset and see something racially motivated inside of that. And this is why this is all really super dangerous, because it has a trickle-down effect. It ripples. It affects, you drop this diversity chunk in the pond and it ripples. And it affects everything. It washes over and it consumes and destroys everything. And I think I'm being a little bit too weird here.
Open your mind.
That's why writing for these people sucks for storytelling. Yeah, because and they can't say anything other than that. They have to include ethnic struggles, all of these divisionist things that nobody even wants to hear about in their escapism from that. Let's say that is your day-to-day life. Let's say you are actually being treated poorly because of how you look on the outside. Let's say you're somebody like me. I'll just use myself as an example. Because of the way I look, they are perfectly accepted and allowed to say anything nasty based on my physical appearance because I fall into the other category without any consequences, without being banned, without having their accounts suspended, without any of that, because I'm not in the socially approved group. And that group keeps getting moved anyway, because first off, I thought women were supposed to be protected. Maybe not. I thought LGBT were supposed to, no, not anymore. And you have to keep adding little labels and checks and ticks and dings in your bio just so you can complain if somebody's mean to you online. And that's where we're at now. So yes, they're stereotyping her as being a thief, a homeless thief who steals a bat suit, focused on no longer being a victim. Ryan takes the suit that she's stolen to use another one. This suit has been stolen more times than what's been stolen a lot. I don't even know. Tell me what's been stolen a lot in the comment section of this video. Takes a suit and uses his armor and goes rogue in the streets of Gotham, taking out various members of a new gang called the False Face Society. Meanwhile, both Jacob Kane and Luke Fox launch searches for Kate. Mary Hamilton grapples with losing yet another family member. Sophie Moore struggles with things left unsaid to her first love, and Alice is furious that someone is going to that somebody got to Kate before she could get her revenge. At the same time, Bruce Wayne, played by guest star Warren Christie, returns under the pretense of searching for Kate. But the truth is, he wants his suit back. Good! And it becomes a clash of imposters as Batwomen and Bruce square off in the action-packed premiere. I must have missed that. So it's a fake Batman, right? That's why they say Bruce Wayne. So he's a fake Bruce Wayne. Keep reading. I don't care. I don't want to keep reading the plot synopsis. So that's going to be... We're going to watch it. We'll watch it. And yeah, I think I did skip out on the last few episodes. And no, I'm not going to catch up because, yes, the show's bad. And paying attention to it doesn't make it any better. I am Mecha Random 42, and I will go back to my live chat. Don't you guys go anywhere. Thanks for watching. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button. And if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye!
And I live in a van down by the river.